Hello friends, very good morning to all of you. So in this extremely chilling morning, I would like to welcome you all to this great economic platform wherein we are going to have the great economic insights. Dear friends, firstly we are going to discuss the entire biography of the great pioneer leader Mr. Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. Along with this, we are also going to discuss the great economic news relevant to the upcoming budget 2023, that is the newest developments related to this budget. So, let's discuss the entire biography of the great pioneer Mr. Satya Nadella. Mr. Satya Nadella, born on August 19, 1967 in the Hyderabad district, is basically the American national and is a great business leader and is currently the Chief Executive Officer of the Microsoft company. He has completed his education from the Booth School, University of Chicago, that is Masters of Business Administration. Now let's discuss his main insights, that is the main insights of his life more intricately. An alumnus of the prestigious Hyderabad Public School that produced many business leaders, Satya Nadella traveled to the United States for further studies after completing his B.Tech in electrical engineering from Manipal University. In the United States, he completed his master's in computer science from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and in 1996, he received an MBA degree from the Booth School of Business in Chicago. After a stint with Sun Microsystems, Mr. Nadella joined Microsoft in 1992 and steadily rose through the ranks as he held leadership roles in both consumer and enterprise businesses. In February 2014, the Microsoft board appointed Mr. Nadella as its new CEO, succeeding Steve Ballmer. Prior to his elevation, Mr. Nadella was the Executive Vice President of Microsoft's Cloud and Enterprise Group that provided the infrastructure for the company's blockbuster products like search engine, Bing, Xbox Gaming, and Office 365 services. Shortly after the takeover, he reshaped the company as the software maker's prospects looked bleak and announced one of the largest layoffs in Microsoft's history as 18,000 employees were asked to go. Mr. Nadella is credited with turning around the Microsoft's fortunes. Following his elevation as the CEO, he focused on new technologies like cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and augmented reality. Its biggest growth happened in the cloud, and it currently accounts for nearly 1/4 of the Microsoft's revenue. Under Mr. Nadella's leadership, Microsoft made one of its biggest acquisitions and bought LinkedIn in 2016, a social media network especially meant for the business professionals. Since he became the CEO, the Microsoft stock has gained over 150%, and for a brief period in December 2018, it overtook Apple to become the most valuable company. Microsoft constantly ranks among the top 5 most valuable companies in the world, and today we have Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Access, and the list goes on. Now let's discuss the core specialities of his life. Mr. Satya Nadella's father was a former bureaucrat and served in the Prime Minister's office during the tenure of P.V. Narasimha Rao in the 1990s. And Mr. Nadella drew inspiration from his father, who was an IAS officer from the 1962 batch. Mr. Nadella's best subject in school was history. He has co-written a book titled Hit Refresh: The Quest to Rediscover Microsoft's Soul, and imagine a better future for everyone in 2017. He got himself admitted in the weekend MBA program at Booth School. Hence, for 2.5 years, he flew to Chicago on Friday evening, attended the classes on Saturday, and returned home for the work week. Mr. Nadella is a cricket lover and an ardent fan of Sachin Tendulkar and Virat Kohli. So we find that the entire biography of Mr. Satya Nadella is so interesting and so appealing, and it carries a great motivational aspect for all of us very deeply. Now, we are going to discuss the core intricacies of the budget 2023 related to the newest developments. The budget may allocate 4,500 crore rupees to promote the districts as export hubs for specific products. India could, in the upcoming budget, unveil a plan to promote the districts as the hubs of exports of specific products. The Commerce and Industry Ministry is basically working on an integrated scheme that combines the districts as export hubs, that is DEH, and one district, one product, that is ODOP, which is likely to be announced in the budget financial year 2024. Officials said. The scheme could be provided an allocation of nearly 4,500 crore rupees. We have integrated the two schemes, and the aim is basically to boost the rural entrepreneurship and exports of novel, indigenous, organic and ethnic products, said an official. And this again reminds me of the words by our respected Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, that the real development of a country starts from the rural development, that is the development of the rural aspect of the country. The boost to exports is being planned when the growth in the country's outbound shipments were flat in November at $31.99 billion as against $31.8 billion a year ago. So what are the key insights? 4,500 crore rupees scheme to push the district's exports in works. Scheme announcement likely in the budget 2023-24. District as export hub scheme, that is DEH, combined with one district, one product scheme, that is ODOP. 50 districts to be the part of the pilot. District action plans prepared for 570 districts. So that means initially a pilot with 50 districts could be started, which would then be expanded to the 733 districts of the country. The districts will be assessed on parameters such as export plans and efforts to plug infrastructure and logistics gaps. So as per the official, the 50 districts for the pilot project would be chosen through the challenge route. The ministry has identified the products and services, including geographical indications and other significant products with export potential in each district. The framework of the DEH initiative comprises the formation of District Export Promotion Committee and preparation of the District Export Strategy or Action Plan. District Export Promotion Committee and Export Promotion Plan and Committee have constituted in all 36 states and union territories. Officials said that the draft district action plan has been prepared for 570 districts, and the ministry has developed a web portal to monitor the progress of these plans. The One District, One Plan initiative, that is the ODOP initiative, seeks to convert each district into a manufacturing and export hub by identifying the products with export potential in the district. While the integrated scheme will benefit exporters, the government should devise a mechanism in the selected districts for the endorsement and branding of their products, said an industry representative, adding that the local manufacturers and small exporters should be connected to provide a global platform to market their products. So, dear friends, this is the great article which basically entails the core plans for the upcoming budget 2023-24 regarding the allocation of 4,500 crore rupees in order to promote the districts as export hubs for the specific products, and it also talks about the rural entrepreneurship. And also, the exporters demand boost measures to the India's shipments, hence supporting various measures for the budget 2023. The Indian exporters have asked for the inclusion of support measures like the waiver of electricity duty and easier availability of credit in the upcoming union budget for 2023. The inclusion of such measures will boost the country's outbound shipments. According to the exporters, the Finance Ministry needs to provide reasonable funds to the Department of Commerce not only for the remission of duties and taxes on exported products scheme reimbursement, but also for the export promotion and other initiatives. So, under the RODTEP, that is the remission of duties and taxes on exported products, various central and state duties, taxes and levies imposed on input products, among others, are refunded. They have also suggested certain tweaks in custom duties and availability of credit at affordable rates to boost exports and create jobs. Mumbai-based exporter and chairman of the Bombay Textile Research Association, S.K. Saraf, said exports are the key drivers to promote the country's economic growth, and the budget should address the issues being faced by the sector. The budget should provide a mechanism for the waiver of electricity duty for the units that are exporting more than 50% of their production. The manufacturer exporters who are exporting more than 50% of their production should be granted a scrip equivalent to 2% of their exports to compensate for these handicaps, and exporters suffer resultantly. This compensation cannot be seen as an incentive, PTI quoted Saraf as saying. The exports provide high quality of employment and promote induction of technology, quality consciousness, and infrastructural development, he said. My dream budget would be the one that makes exports as an engine of the growth of the economy, he added. The budget for 2023-24 is scheduled to be presented on February 1. At present, our exports of goods and services are about 21.5% of the GDP in 2021-22. It is woefully small compared to the average contribution of the exports to the GDP of about 30% or more in the most developing countries in Asia. Export supports many sectors like banking, shipping, insurance, and tourism, Mr. Saraf noted. Ludhiana-based Hand Tools Association President Mr. S.C. Ralhan said the Finance Ministry should provide sufficient funds to set up the sector-specific clusters or parks with modern infrastructure. This will help increase the competitiveness of the manufacturers. Funds should also be granted to organize exhibitions and fairs in different parts of the world like Africa, which hold huge export potential, PTI quoted Mr. Ralhan as saying. So, Again, I find this article really insightful with an in-depth analysis and claiming that exports are the main engine for boosting the overall growth of the nation. So, dear friends, this was all about today's morning session, and I find it extremely relevant, and I believe that this would enhance the knowledge and skill base of all of you. So, we will meet in the evening for the evening session. Till then, take good care of yourselves. Namaskar. Jai Hind.